Yo, I got some random ass news. I got a new therapist, and yeah, I left my old one. So if you don't already know, I like literally have never been to therapy like my whole like childhood, really all of my adulthood until about 5 months ago. I decided I'm I'm gonna need to talk to somebody. I'm gonna need a therapist, um, because I just had like so much trauma in my life. You know, a lot of a lot of debt, a lot of I had a lot of sexual abuse as a kid, and I had I was adopted, um, and already been married and divorced, and so I feel like there are just like so many things that I really need to dive into, and also I don't really have any close like friendships, so mainly I kind of wanted to like pay somebody to be my friend. I felt like that's kind of the vibe of therapy, or at least the kind of therapy I liked. Some people like different vibes of therapy, but that's what I was vibing with, and so I hopped on this like app, and not this app, I hopped on this website ended up finding like pretty cheap therapy. That's another reason why I haven't really been to therapy before then, was because I'm really, really cheap. And I was like, I don't want to spend any more than like $50 a week on therapy because I can't do it. And so I found one that was actually online, and I worked out with my schedule, only $40 a week. So if it really meets all requirements, the only thing is, yeah, it was online, and I was vibing with it. I was fucking with it only because I actually don't know anybody who goes to in-person therapy. So I assumed like you got to be like rich to go to in-person therapy, or like, you know, you got to just be really lucky or something. You have to wait like a long line to find someone who, I was just over here thinking like, okay, it's online. I'll take it. It's cheap. It works for my schedule. Let me do it. So I did it. And my therapist actually didn't tell me like up front about this, but basically she kind of, she basically told me like maybe like a few months in, like her time is like coming to an end. Like she wasn't, first of all, I was shocked because she told me she wasn't getting paid the whole time, and like she's like basically an intern, and I was like, wait, I didn't know that. And so she was like in school while working a whole nother job in order to get this new career going. And so she was going to be graduating this May, into this May. And I was like, okay, so that means I gotta like look for a new therapist. And a part of me was actually thinking I um, was just like not going to go to therapy after her time was up. But towards the end of the time, like this past month, I told her, if you know, because she actually lives like maybe 5 hours away from me. And so I said, if you know anybody in my area that could do in person, and that's also $40 a week, like let me know. But it was a long shot. It was a really a long shot. And also, I do want to mention this like doesn't really matter that much, but it does kind of matter. It matters. My therapist that I was seeing for all the time was, like a white woman, and I don't know how old she was. Maybe she could be anywhere between 30 and like maybe 45. I really have no clue, but she just always mentioned she's like a lot older than me, and I have no clue like how old she was. But that was kind of the vibe, which like I can relate to her in some ways, but I think like in a lot of ways I couldn't. She's just being so much older, and like also being white. There's that, and like maybe not living in my same area. So I wanted someone maybe I could relate to much more. And she really came through because um, she's like a part of a collective or whatever of like therapists that, are going through school, this in her same position. And she ended up finding someone in my area, like in Portland, that is actually like a guy. He's a male, like cis male, and he's black and white. So, and he has dreads, and he can do in person for $40 a week. And so I was just like so happy. Like I thought it was perfect, but I was a little bit like weary. Like, okay, I did tell her like I don't know about having a male therapist, but I really am just taking a long shot because I don't want to judge him just based off him being a dude. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to do that. So I'm very an inclusive person. So I thought, why not just see what's up? I did already have a video chat, 15-minute video chat with him just to see like, are we a good fit? And immediately I was like, we are a good fit. He seems like he's good at listening. He's good at, advice or whatever the fuck therapists do. I told him what I want to talk about. I told him I pretty much just want someone to vent to, and he was like, this will work. And what's really different about his way of going about it? Since he's not like a fully licensed therapist or whatever, he doesn't have like a practice or anything. So his vibe is it's either online, or if it is in person, he likes to meet up at a park in the middle of where we both live. So I was like, that is so amazing because I love a park. Like I go to the park every day. So I love a park. I love that whole vibe. I guess there's the aspect of like being in therapy in public, and there might be struggles to that, but I really am much I'm like so much a open book that I honestly could talk about my trauma with people 10 feet away from me. I really wouldn't care. So I think it'll work out perfectly. We set up a day every Wednesday. Well, before when I was doing the online therapy, it was every Monday. So my schedule will be a little bit different. But like I said, it will be in person with somebody I'll probably relate to a little bit more. I'm really happy about it. Like I am really excited just honestly for just a new chapter in my life. Like I think I'm coming to realize like therapists really have so much influence on you. Obviously because you see them every week, but especially for me because I don't really have like friends, and like I think the person I choose just really has to like be like, you know, someone good to walk by, because, I'll be taking their advice. They'll be hearing everything about me. And I don't know, I think it'll be really good. I think in person, I've always wanted in person because it seems more personal. It seems like it would just help a lot more. And I expressed that to my therapist that I was talking to for all those months. But I do want to say that therapist was like so amazing. Like she really came through, like such a great therapist. I think she helped me in so many ways. Like she opened my eyes to a lot of things. She also gave me confidence and like just all that stuff. Like I feel like I said, it felt like a friend that I was paying, and like it was just professional, but like it felt like amazing. And I'm realizing like I'm a person who really does like therapy. I know a lot of people are more quiet and more like private, and like they don't really want to share things with people, and therapy doesn't work for them. But for me, I'm coming to realize like I fuck with it. So I'm happy I fuck with it because I've been talking about going to therapy for so many years, and I'm so happy I finally pulled the plug. And I would love to eventually go to like a psychotherapist and like see what's up on different areas of my life, because I do feel like I do kind of dip into some like compulsion type shit, and also like I do want to dive into like my trauma a little bit to see. I do think I'm over my trauma. That's also like a sidebar, but I think I'm like over my trauma. I don't really know what that means, but like I just don't really. It's not really. It doesn't really affect me, other than like um I do think it has like maybe an effect on like me being an asexual, because I'm not open to inviting people into my life very like intimately so fast. It takes me a while, so I do think that's like one area of my life that my trauma fucks me up in. But so I think that maybe I'd like to talk to someone who like, is that cheddar, who specifically can help me out in that area. I think that would be amazing. So I think in the future I'll probably have to pay more money for something like that, but I'm willing to wait. And for now, I'm doing what I can with what I have, and I think that's gonna be such a new chapter. So I thought I would just update you guys on that therapy thing. I'm definitely gonna be making a video in the future talking about my experience, having in person therapy, because I do think it will be life changing. Yeah. Anyways, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed me talking and ranting about my my new therapist. And yeah, bye.